Yay! They finally fired James Franklin. It's about damn time. After that embarrassing loss, the last two games, two teams they should have won against. James Franklin been the coach of Penn State for 10 years, only beat Ohio State once, and couldn't beat Michigan. It's about time.
On the website sports.yahoo.com, they say, it took a lot for Penn State athletic director Pat Kraft to fire James Franklin. Regardless of whether it was the right move, parting ways with Franklin meant the school would have to pay a $50 million buyout to the coach, the second highest total in college football history. On the website nytimes.com, they say, Franklin was fired Sunday, halfway into his 12th season at Penn State and amid a 3-game losing streak, a stunning demise after the season started with the Nittany Lions ranked number 2 in the country.
Let's see what Stephen A. Smith got to say.
Second largest buyout in college football history, behind only Jimbo Fisher's $76 million from Texas A&M. Paul Feinbaum here with us right now. Paul, James Franklin, the big quarrel with him was that he wouldn't win or couldn't win those big games. How justified is the firing now versus the end of the season?
I think it's the 100% the right decision now, because he had completely lost not only that football team, but the fan base. It's one thing to lose to Oregon in double overtime during a whiteout. It's another thing to be the first coach in maybe ever to lose consecutive games as a 20 or more point favorite. That's never happened, and it means that he lost the football team. But I talked to several people who were in Happy Valley Saturday. He also lost a fan base. The fans had turned on him in such a toxic manner that the school had to take a look in the mirror and go, yeah, $49 million is a lot of bread, but he has to go. And but in context, 3 weeks ago, he was number 2 in the country and one of the favorites to win it all. There has never been anything like this before. It's unprecedented. No coach has ever fallen faster and harder than James Franklin.
It hurts me to say it because I'm incredibly supportive of black coaches, particularly in college football. But I know this was 100% completely justified. You cannot be 4-21 against top 10 opponents if you are the coach at Penn State. Okay? You cannot be 1-18 against top 10 Big Ten teams. You cannot be like 3-17 against Ohio State and Michigan combined. I mean, my God, you just can't do that. Okay? And I know that, you know, the man was in the National College Football Playoffs last year. I know they came into the season with the expectation that they were going to position themselves to win a third national championship, a first since 1986. I get all of that. But when you're losing as 20-point favorites in back-to-back games, when you lose on your home turf to Northwestern, I mean, you have really sunk. And you know what? Not only was the firing appropriate, here's where I want to applaud Penn State for making this decision. It says a lot that I know with Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher and his buyout without cause was over $76 million. It says a lot when you letting the cat go and you still willing to give him $49.7 million, okay? What you're saying is like, listen, damn it, we ain't there. And you know what? We can't accept this. And no matter how much money it costs us, we gonna correct this error. Now, I'm not saying that who they hire, who they bring in will be a better coach than James Franklin or whatever, because it's not like the man isn't a good coach, okay? It's not like he doesn't deserve to get a head coaching job somewhere else. But you're talking about this program nosediving though as precipitously as it has to make this decision. I mean, I can't knock them for it. I really can't, because if you're trying to send a message, this is not what we're about. This is not who we're about, and we're not going to accept this. You do it by letting go of somebody you still owe damn near $50 million to.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that sends a message.
Yeah. No, it definitely sends a message.
Yes,
Kim, is this the right time, or should they have waited until the end of the season?
I would have preferred for it to be waited to the end of the season because now you put your team in a deficit even more. But that does say a lot to be able to say, hey, bro, we're going to give you a 49, how you say it, Stephen A?
49 plus $30 million.
Just to sit on the couch. And it's one of those things where I think the Penn State fan base, the boosters, and everybody involved felt as if Penn State had a roster to win now. And you're not. It's not losing to Oregon that got you fired. It's losing to UCLA. It's losing to Northwestern that really got you fired. And what does that say to the next guy? Don't come in here playing because, listen, we paid a person $49 million to get to stepping, as Martin would tell Gina. But now you're coming into a situation where the expectation is to win and win a lot. We don't care if they ranked, unranked, Power 5, Power 10, it don't matter. We want you to win. Figure it out, coach. We're paying you a lot of money to get the job done, yon. So do it.
Yeah, Paul, I feel like when you look at the losses to UCLA and Northwestern, those are both of the straws that broke the camel's back. I feel like that's where James Franklin lost his job.
Let me begin first by saying James Franklin is a tremendous man, husband, father, mentor to countless student athletes, and a good friend who has always carried himself with dignity and representation.
The big news over the weekend is James Franklin got fired as the head coach at Penn State. And when you're the first team since 1978 to lose consecutive games as a favorite of 20 or more points, and you're already on a warm seat, they decided, $49 million to go away. I wish somebody would do that. I don't want you around so much. Here, take this money and go away. But James Franklin, he'll get a job. If you look at his overall record, you go, dang, that's impressive. It is until you start looking at the meaningful games. And as I said last week, and I heard from the Penn State alumni, why are you picking? Why are you piling on? I'm only pointing out something. If you want to be a big-time program, you have to have high standards. Michigan wouldn't have settled for that. Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. You don't lose those games. You don't lose that many games to top 10 teams.
Nope.
And they did, and it cost him. Seton, poll question, what are you thinking about?
Well, we normally start with who had the worst weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But this one...
Okay, guys, here's Penn State new head coach, Terry Smith.
Good afternoon. First off, I would like to thank Coach Franklin for an incredible 11 plus years of service, dedication to this program, to our student athletes. I've known Coach a long time. He brought me here. You know, we entered this year in year 12 together. I learned so much from him. As a parent, a father,
Cam Smith is an American college football coach and former player who is the interim head coach at Pennsylvania State University. The Nittany Lions promoted him to interim head coach in 2025, following the firing of James Franklin after a 3-3 start to the season. Penn State. On the website post-gazette.com, they say, Smith had an excellent career at receiver for Penn State, catching a school record 55 passes one season. The Washington Redskins selected Smith in the 11th round of the 1992 NFL Draft, but he went on to play 3 seasons in the Canadian Football League.
There you go, guys. This is Penn State new head coach. He played wide receiver for Penn State. And I guess played Canadian football. There's Terry Smith, Penn State new head coach.
Coach how to run a world-class program. It's a tremendous opportunity for me to have worked with him. I'm fortunate that I played for Coach Paterno and how I played for another very successful coach here at Penn State, in Coach Franklin. As for me, I appreciate the opportunity from Pat Kraft and administration that they entrusted me to lead this program forward. Penn State holds a dear place in my heart. I'm a third generation Penn Stater. My dad sits up top. He's a 68 grad. I'm a 91 grad. My son's an 07 grad. My daughter graduated here recently. I call this place home. I love this place. I love the blue and the white.
Me too.
I'm proud to be sitting in front of you. For our program, we need to stick together. Stay focused. Keep the standard the standard. Nothing changes when it comes to the expectation, as Pat alluded to earlier. We need to get back to enjoying ball, being tough, gritty, and passionate. Our players and staff will respond with great energy this week, as I'm excited for the opportunity to lead everyone in the Lash building. The players, staff, and myself are going to continue to represent Penn State with the pride. We will continue to do it the right way. With that, I'll open up to questions.
We're going to start with Zoom. Let's go to Rich Garcella, followed by Johnny McGonigal.
Describe your reaction when you learned about Pat's decision. How did you find out? And have you spoken to James since?
Yeah, I found out Sunday afternoon. We had a team meeting scheduled at 1:45. I probably found out at 1:20ish. I was stunned, like most people in the building, most people around the country. I was fortunate to speak with Coach Franklin last night. It was a heartfelt conversation. I just wanted to express my gratitude and thankfulness for him and all that he's done for me, my family, and this program. He took us out of a dark era and got us to be a relevant program again. And we don't take that for granted.
Let's go to Johnny McGonigal and then
Yeah, James Franklin did good in the beginning, especially after dealing with that Jerry Sandusky stuff, because they sanctioned the hell out of Penn State. It was like 4 years of sanctioning. Franklin did do good, but that was then, and this is now.